Imagine this. You've done everything right. You've been watching your credit score on a free app, and you're feeling good about that number. You walk into the car dealership, confident you're about to lock in a great interest rate. But then the finance manager returns with a score that's 30, 40, or even 50 points lower than you expected. Suddenly, that great interest rate is off the table, and the loan is going to cost you thousands more. If this scenario sounds familiar, or if you're worried it might happen to you, you're not alone. It's frustrating to feel so prepared, only to learn you've been studying for the wrong test. In this video, I'll explain exactly why the score you see online often isn't the score lenders use, and more importantly, what you can do about it. First, let's clear up the biggest source of confusion. The term credit score is a generic label, much like the word soda. If you ask for a soda, you could mean a Coke, a Pepsi, or a Sprite. They're all sodas, but they're distinct brands with their own unique formulas. Credit scores operate the same way. Credit score is the general category, but there are different brands that create the final product. The two major players are FICO and VantageScore. The score you typically get for free from popular sites is almost always a VantageScore. But here is the critical piece of information. The vast majority of lenders don't use it. So, if your free score is likely a VantageScore, what are lenders actually looking at? Overwhelmingly, they use FICO. An estimated 90% of top lenders in the U.S. rely on FICO scores to make lending decisions. The score discrepancy at the dealership happened because they were evaluating you with a FICO score while you were tracking your VantageScore. FICO, which stands for the 𝐔𝐒𝐅𝐍𝐋 Corporation, pioneered the first credit scoring model in 1989 and has remained the industry standard for decades. Lenders trust its long-standing ability to predict risk, making it the definitive score for life's biggest financial moments, like securing a mortgage, an auto loan, or a new credit card. So if you're tracking your VantageScore, but applying for a mortgage or auto loan, you might be flying blind. Instead, check your actual FICO score through a trusted monitoring service. It takes just a few minutes and gives you your full credit report. Lender used FICO score and instant alerts, and it's practically free. The link is down in the description. To truly understand the score lenders use, you need to know its ingredients. FICO is transparent about how its scores are calculated, and it comes down to 5 main categories from your credit report. 35% is your payment history. This is the single most important factor. Are your payments made on time? 30% is amounts owed. This evaluates your credit utilization, how much of your available credit you are currently using. 15% is the length of your credit history. A longer track record of responsible credit management is always better. 10% is your credit mix. Lenders like to see that you can successfully manage different types of credit, such as credit cards and installment loans. And 10% is new credit. This factor looks at how many new accounts you have recently opened. While VantageScore uses similar data, it weighs these categories differently, which is another reason the numbers can vary. Now, to add one more layer of complexity, there isn't just a single FICO score. FICO actually produces multiple versions of its scoring models. FICO Score 8 is the most widely used, but newer versions like FICO 9 and 10 are also in the market. More than that, FICO creates industry-specific scores. When you apply for a car loan, the lender is likely to pull a FICO Auto score. For a mortgage, they often use older, mortgage-specific FICO scores. These scores all use the same core data from your credit reports, but are fine-tuned to predict risk for that specific type of loan. And since each of the 3 major credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, may hold slightly different information on you, your score can vary between them as well. So, what is the solution to all this? Do you need to chase down dozens of different scores? Absolutely not. Here is the key takeaway. While the final number might differ between a FICO score and a VantageScore, the behaviors that build excellent credit are universal. Every single scoring model, whether it's FICO 8, a FICO Auto score, or a VantageScore, heavily rewards the same fundamental habits. Pay every bill on time. Keep your credit card balances low, ideally below 30% of your limit. Avoid opening too many new accounts in a short time, and focus on building a long history of responsible credit use. If you concentrate on these core principles, all of your credit scores will improve. Your free Vantage score will rise, and most importantly, the FICO scores that lenders actually use will improve right along with it. If this video helped clear up the confusion between FICO and the other credit scores out there, please hit that like button. For more straightforward financial tips to help you win with your money, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.